class, just create some comfort. So finding a sweater, finding a blankie, finding a glass of water to have near you or tea, dimming the lights. Candles can be nice, incense is nice. Welcome, Jeremy. Making your environment really supportive. So if you're sitting in a chair, you can put a chair across from you, put your legs up on that. You can allow your legs to just dangle. Try not to cross the ankles if you can. Just allowing the legs to lay freely or to hang freely. You can even sit on the floor, on a cushion, or even lie down. So whatever feels good for you tonight, whatever feels like it's right. And then throughout our practice, so that throughout these next 42 minutes or so, feel free to lie down if you need to. Feel free to stand up if it's becoming painful on your knees to sit. You can always move out of the position that we bring ourselves into, so don't feel like you have to stay like a statue or anything. Ideally, we would like to find a place where we can find a bit of stillness, a place where we can begin to relax, perhaps to a deeper level. Because oftentimes it's our mind that's telling us we need to move, even though the body is not saying that at all. So sometimes meditation can be a way to kind of tap into those messages and almost start to question them, start to be asked, start to wonder, rather, okay, do I need to get up because I need to be away from this moment? Or is it because I have pain in my knees or my back and I have to stand to release that? So it can be interesting to observe ourselves and how we trick ourselves almost to leaving the present in many different ways. And know that no matter where you are in your practice, if you're just beginning this practice, if it's your first time, or if you've been practicing for a few months, a year, a few years, or a lifetime, let's all meet here on the same page, just as we are. And I will offer, for those of you who are new, I'll offer some different tools that we can use to try and keep our awareness here, different tools to try and release thoughts. But we'll all just come into it as we are and know that there's no wrong way to meditate, at least in this space. There's no wrong way to do it. So just allowing ourselves to try and relax and try and be here. And the key word there is not even relax, it's be. Allow yourself to be. If you don't have to wear a mask in this space, you don't have to search or research or do anything else except be. And that can often be the biggest challenge. So no pressure, but that's where we're headed, the state of being. Let's all get started once you've found your nice comfortable space with just taking a few deep breaths in together, and then we'll sigh them out through an open mouth. So let's all take our shoulders up to our ears. Let's take a big breath into the nose, filling up. And then sigh out. Relax the shoulders. We can do one more of those. Inhale, you can bring the shoulders up. Fill up with breath. Exhale, sigh it out. Feel free to take another sigh out now or throughout your practice tonight. It can be nice sometimes when we catch ourselves and bring ourselves back to the moment if we take a nice big breath out. Sometimes just the sound of the breath can be enough to bring us back to our life here instead of in our often very busy mind. So the breath will be one of our tools tonight, and you'll be invited to return back to it throughout. We've all found our spot, we've all taken a few deep breaths, and now we'll try and practice arriving, and that may be our practice tonight, is just allowing ourselves to arrive here. So allowing your face to soften, you can bring your gaze down to the floor, or you can close the eyes if that's comfortable. And if you do have the eyes closed tonight, just allowing the eyelids to touch very gently onto the cheekbones. So trying not to scrunch the eyes really tight, just relaxing the eyelids, relaxing the temples. Feeling perhaps the facial muscles just gently let go. If you're in a chair, perhaps leaning back into your chair, so feeling the back as it touches the back of the chair. Feeling tall perhaps in your chair, maybe the crown of the head goes up. Maybe the elbows relax. Not being afraid, again, to find a perfect position. Ideally, we'd like the back to be working on becoming more straight. And this isn't just because it's proper alignment, it's simply to open up our body. So when we begin to lift the heart forward, you may notice a difference. Breath can move more readily through the body. The organs have more room to move around. Deliberately, just as we did with the eyes and the face, deliberately now beginning to notice the physical body sitting in whatever space or support that you're in, and gently begin to allow the physical body down. Just release the body. A lot of times when we're very busy or very tense, our body is a reflection of that, of our emotions, of our thoughts. The body becomes tight, it clenches up. So deliberately now, with intention, releasing the weight down. Trusting that your support and that life is right there to hold you where you are. Not where you think you should be or could have been. Life is holding you where you are now. Life supports you where you are now. Feeling comfortable with that notion. Perhaps spreading the toes, placing the feet solid on the floor or on a cushion if they're on a cushion. Feeling grounded through the bottom of your feet, even if you're lying down. As we become aware of the physical body tonight, just purposely allowing it to feel as if it's giving way and tuning into that feeling. Now, as we begin to tune in to ourselves, not to worry about what comes up, so not to worry when, as we look at the physical body, if there's some sort of trauma, if there's a wound of some sort, or pain, or something sharp, or electric, or warm, allowing whatever is there to be there. And the trick is trying to release judgment of our situation, judgment of what's coming up in the physical body, the spiritual body, emotional and mental. We see these things come up during our practice, and then the practice is to try not to react or judge. Try instead to kind of take a back seat, open up, and just allow. Okay, this is pain right now. Okay, this is sadness. Okay, I feel disappointment. And just as we identify those emotions, just as they arise, they go. So treating everything tonight that's inside, that comes up as a guest. Treating all of our experiences simply as that, just an experience. Moving to a place where we become solid and calm inside. Let's gently begin to become aware of your breath. Breathing in through the nose, allowing the breath to fill the body, allowing the body to expand. And as you exhale, relaxing. Feeling deeper into your cushion, into your chair. Breathing in, allowing breath to be long, nourishing, as it is. And as you exhale, again, just relaxing, without expectation. See if you can follow an entire inhale as it moves in through the body. Watch it with your awareness as it moves in the body, where it goes, where it touches. Maybe it's a light, maybe it's a warmth. Fill the body with your air and feel it fill. And then work on that exhale. Gently following the exhale as it leaves the body. Long and deep. Continuing to breathe at your own pace, at your own rhythm. And finding a little bit of comfort. Knowing this right here, right now, in this moment, wherever you are, that this is where we're supposed to be. And the only reason we know that is because we're here. So looking at this moment in any other way is suffering. And that is something that we attempt to learn in mindfulness or meditation, is to have some sort of a say as to how we perceive life. And we definitely can't control always what happens to us, what we experience. But with practice, we can begin to have space or have a say as to how we perceive, how we react or cope. Nice gentle breath. Not to worry about going too deep, going too far, going too fast, not doing enough. All of that kind of thinking can wait till later. For our meditation practice, we're simply here, greeting each guest that comes up, each question, and then allowing it to go just as it comes up. Treating ourselves kindly, treating this practice with kindness. Softening out all of the sharp edges that sometimes are around our body, our demeanor, our energy, smoothing those edges. Feeling calm and comfortable. And at peace, even for one breath, even for the next moment. If you don't necessarily feel at peace or feel calm or still in this moment, picture what that could feel like. Is it possible to picture what that could feel like or look like in your mind's eye, feeling calm, feeling at peace? And then allow yourself, just as you can think of that image or feeling, allow yourself to enter that space. Inhaling and gently allowing the breath to fill the body, perhaps lift the heart. And exhaling, allowing the body to relax, the thoughts settle. Notice if the mind is trying to run away or has something that has a flag that it's waving in front of you. That's okay. Some days you can feel more intense than others. This is everything and nothing. It's that simple and that profound. allowing yourself to just sink back into whatever state that you feel you're in, just sitting back, meeting yourself where you are, and feeling comfortable there. Again, judgments or reactions, rehashing of things that happened or that should have, all of that can wait until the end of our practice. But part of the practice is seeing those things as they come up. And as we see them, we allow them to go. Again and again, without force, without aggression. And noticing if there's a lot that's there today, as we begin to have more space and time on our own. It can be interesting what is right there waiting for us. Something perhaps we wanted answers to. Something perhaps we didn't want to think about, but that's been haunting us. Or something else entirely. It can be interesting what arises when we give it the space to do so. If you feel as if you want this time to explore something, you can. But seeing if you can take all of your thoughts in your mind as you see them come up, seeing yourself in your mind's eye, gathering those thoughts into the palms of your hand, and as you exhale, allow them to blow away. Like water off of the duck's back. It gently just slips away. Just as it falls into our mind, it gently slides off. So deliberately not allowing anything to take footholds in this space that you've created. Not allowing fear or anxiety, worry, or thoughts to take footholds. Allowing them to slide down and staying comfortable and calm as you are in that quiet space, with only your breath and only your intention to guide you. Noticing if anywhere in the body has begun to tense up. Sometimes it can be in our jaw. We start to clench the teeth. Deliberately relax the jaw and the forehead. You can even lift the eyebrows and allow the eyebrows to soften. The eyelids soften. Allowing our body to match our mind, calm and relaxed. There are all sorts of tools that you may use to keep yourself here, to keep yourself in your space, in that quiet, with your intention. Feel free to use anything that works, or a number of different tools. Something you could use is counting. This is just a way to pin the mind. So as we inhale, counting 1, 2, 3, 4 in the mind, and then exhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, and inhale. And exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. And as you breathe, noticing if the mind is dancing away, and gently, without reaction, guiding it back. Focusing on your body here in the space, your gentle breath, the way the thoughts gently slow and settle. Slow and deep. And coming home to that internal quiet, when everything else seems overwhelming or loud or aggressive even. Allowing yourself to come home inside to that quiet. That space that, although seems buried at times, is always there. Cultivating this connection to that space so we may return to it easier. And for you, when I say space, that may just be a feeling of spaciousness or openness in the body or in the mind. But for you, it also may mean a place, somewhere that you visualize as space. Big, beautiful lake, field. going with your intuition. When I say space, what do I feel? But then not creating a story, just noticing. And as you exhale, perhaps feeling a sense of freedom from this space. Deliberately unplugging from the rest of life and everything outside of this practice. Allowing yourself to stay. Enjoying this blissful place where only you exist. Knowing you don't have to be anywhere else. You don't have to do anything or be anyone in this moment. Allowing yourself to sink back into this quiet bliss together. Finding that sense of calm and connection. And noticing if you're punishing yourself. Noticing if there are thoughts that are circulating that are not helpful. And as you exhale, let them all slip away. Even if just for this next breath. Feeling safe and confident. Feeling strong within yourself. But at the same time vulnerable. And working on being okay with that feeling. Breathing in, allowing yourself to feel comfortable and spacious. Breathing out, allowing yourself to feel free. And tuning back into your breath if you've lost it. Allowing it to stay long and constant. Not to worry about how the breath should be or feel. Just breathe into your body, into your experience. Allowing the breath to gently blow on that internal flame inside of us, that spark. And continuing to allow yourself to be still and to be open in bodily form, open in your mind to a new experience perhaps, open to possibility. Allowing your thoughts to continue to settle, to float away, or to calm. Feeling free to identify anything that's coming up as what it is, only a thought. And as it arises, you see it go. Again and again. It can be challenging to be still in physical form, still in our mind. But know that eventually we will begin to settle. The body can then move into the healing state, moving away from the fight or flight zone and more into a zone of healing and being proactive. Feeling free to return to any visual image, that visual image of space or peace. If you find that your mind is active this evening, perhaps giving it something like an image to pin down on. A nice peaceful image. Perhaps lying in the sand at the beach, lying on the grass, feeling it between your toes and your fingers. Perhaps just lying down in general with a blanket around you by a fireplace. Paying attention to any bodily sensations from those thoughts. And then not denying yourself any sense of comfort or joy or peace that you sense from thinking those types of thoughts and images. Continuing to hear or to sense your breath moving through the body, long and deliberate, allowing your exhales to continue to send thoughts away, calm and gentle. A loving kindness